Hi everyone, so in this video I'm giving you a detailed video on how to use the Kanai Cube in Diablo 3. So as you may know, the Kanai Cube is one of the best resources in the game for increasing your overall power for your characters. So in this video I'm going to show you how to use all the different recipes and how you can get your characters to become even stronger when you're playing this game. As it is crucial to know when to use your resources for something like rerolling with biomaterials or when to craft by upgrading with the recipe 3. So in this video I'm going to show you how to use the cube and how to increase your overall power within the game. So I hope you enjoyed the video. This is the Kanai Cube. You can find this if you open up your map, go to Act 3, Bastion's Keep, and then go Ruins of Szechuan. Basically, you run through this entire map and then you find Kanai Cube. This is one of the most powerful resources in the game to get better gear. If we look here, we have 3 powers right now equipped. You can see we have a weapon, we have an armor slot, and we also have a jewelry slot. So these with other legendary powers, let's say for instance the braces or the neck here, all of this together combined with the 6 piece is what's giving us so much damage. So it's really important we get these 3 powers and we of course follow the build guide we are using. So we do this by using the first page called extract here. So let's say for instance this was the weapon I was going to use for my build. I will put that in. I'll then press fill here on page 1 and then press transmute. This would extract the power and then I can find it in here and then equip that, and now I have that as an extra power and I get the full benefit of this one. We also have Reforge, which basically allows you to reroll the stats of an item. This could also make it an ancient or a primal, for instance. Let's say these gloves here, we want to get these gloves but they rolled the incorrect stats. We could use the Reforge to try and get a better one. We put that in and you can also see this also where the biomaterials are so good. Then press fill and then we press transmute. And this could give us anything basically. We can get better stats, we can get worse stats, we can get ancient and primal. This is one of the best ways to get a target specific item. Although I would recommend you only using this for either weapons or jewelry as they are more difficult to get usually. And also really important is also recipe 3 here, upgrade rare item. Basically you could put in any kind of item. I would also recommend for instance weapon here is a really good way to get weapons for your build. We put it in transmute and upgrade. This turns basically a yellow item into a legendary. So as you can see, if we craft items from the blacksmith and then use this to upgrade items, this is a really solid way to get some really good initial items. Let's say for instance this was my main weapon, the Merciless, but I want to get one with a better secondary and also preferably ancient. So I could just keep spamming these trying to get an upgrade. As you see, we got another one and this is a bit higher secondary, so this might be an upgrade, right? So we could just keep doing this and see what we kind of get. Now there is no guarantee if you're gonna get anything good here, but it's a really solid way to get some good early items and for also getting something like powers to extract. The next thing we're looking in the cube is also convert set items. Let's say for instance we have these gloves here, but I don't need the gloves. I already have pair gloves. I want the shoulders. I could put these in and then press the transmute. Bear in mind these can't actually roll ancient, but you can still get them with the correct rolls and the correct items. As you can see, I just got the shoulders we needed. There's a really solid way to get the items you're after. And you can keep doing this. Let's say we get these shoulders here, but they don't have the correct stats. We can put in the recipes again and then press transmute and then see what else we get. This is a really solid way to get a first 6 piece. Let's say you have 2 pair of the shoulders. You could transmute one of them and see if you get maybe like a chest piece or the pants. And of course, fill in the full 6 piece like this. Don't worry about page 5, it's kind of useless. Now page 6 is actually really interesting. It's a way to, for instance, transmute gems if we need more of a certain color. As you can see here, if we put in any gem times 9, and then any of the essence here, we can basically reroll any gem to another gem on a different color. So let's say for instance, we were after more dexterity gems. We were playing a demon hunter or monk, we want more dexterity gems. We could put in any color. Let's say for instance this imperial topaz. We put these in and along with the essence of emerald, this one here, we could then press transmute and then that will give us more of the imperial emeralds. And you can do this every way, by the way. You can convert these again to another color. You lose nothing from doing this. And you get this, by the way, by going to Act 2 and going to Squirt the Peddler and then go to miscellaneous and there you can buy all of them. Now what I really like to do is use this for when I want to augment. I'm going to show what augment is a little bit, but basically augmenting is really good for increasing power. But let's say we want flawless royal rubies because we're playing a barbarian, of course, but we don't have enough. What we can do is of course then craft the royal amethyst and then we can convert them. So let's say we have these 10 here, we put this in along with one of the Ace of Ruby. Then convert these and you can see we just got 9 more of the royal rubies. And then we can use these for of course putting on our gear. We of course put them into our gear, or we can also use them for augmenting. The next 3 pages are a really solid way to get crafting materials. Basically these I showed you before. You can basically convert all of these into each other. So for instance you could make veil crystal into reusable parts and the other way around of course. And you can see here if you want to convert reusable parts, we would need 100 reusable parts of course because we make the reusable part into something else. And then we need one of the following items, either a magic equipable or rare equipable item, basically a blue or a yellow item. So let's say we put these gloves in here and then press fill. As you can see, we put in the reusable parts, 1 death breath and then also the item, and we press transmute As you can see, we got 100 Veil Crystals from that. And you can of course also do it the other way around. You can make Arcane Dust into one of the other, or you can also make Veil Crystals into Reusable parts or Arcane Dust. That's one of the best ways to convert your materials around so you can get a balance. You need these crafting materials for crafting and for upgrading. And of course, the last page here is augmenting. This is major for getting increased power. Now, it might look a bit scary at first here, but let me explain to you what it means. What you need is an ancient item, a legendary gem, and then 3 of the flawless gem you want to use. So basically, these give you different stuff. As you can see, if you hover over them, where it says other, this is that you're going to get. So as you can see, on the Royal Emerald, you get 280 dexterity, 280 strength, or 208 intelligence. These are the main stats, so you basically want to augment with one of these depending on what class you have. And you always want to augment according to what is your main stat. So if you open up the Paragon, you can see what is your main stat here. As you see, for me, it is strength because that's what I get from a Paragon. So I always want to augment with strength. So it's quite simple. You want to put in 3 of the ruby, of course. We want to put in a legendary gem. You can of course always upgrade these. You get these from Greater Rifts, of course, and also an ancient item. If you put all these in together and press transmute, as you can see here, 117 gem, you will lose the gem, but you then get main stat in terms of that level. So you got 585 strength here. You get 5 more main stat for each level it has. So of course, want to get these augments as high as level as possible. But as you can see, that's almost 600 extra main stat, which is just massive. If you get that on every single item, that is thousands of more main stat. So it's a really solid way to get more main stat and becoming powerful. Of course, if you're watching Scene 25, you can just use a soul shard. So pop another 3 soul shard, the rubies again, and the same item, and then you always get a 125 augment out of that. So if you're watching Scene 25, then do that. But for the rest of you, if you're watching further in, or if you're watching in non-seasonal, that is how you augment. Now, if you want an in-depth guide on how you can farm thousands of Paragon per season, then watch this video here. As a full in-depth video explaining how you can get to Paragon 3 and 4,000 Paragon every season. So I hope you found this video useful, and I'll see you in the other video. Peace out, everyone.